A peace deal with Iran just crashed oil prices, and SpaceX's record IPO is rewriting the space sector overnight. Here's exactly how both hit your portfolio after global market recap. On Friday's global market close, in Asia, the Nikkei jumped 2.81% to 66,020, while the Hang Seng rose 1.93% to 24,718. In Europe, the DAX gained 1.76%, the CAC 40 rose 1.83%, and the FTSE 100 climbed 1.63%. In the US, the Nasdaq added 0.31% to 25,888. The S&P 500 rose 0.50% to 7,431, and the Dow gained 0.70% to 51,202. Two massive stories of today. First, the United States and Iran signed a 60-day framework agreement Sunday. Iran commits to never pursuing nuclear weapons and will negotiate over its enrichment program and uranium stockpile during that window. In exchange, the U.S. agreed all UN, IAEA, and U.S. sanctions on Iran will be terminated on a mutually agreed timeline once a final deal is reached. The official signing is on Friday, June 19th in Switzerland. Immediately, the Strait of Hormuz reopens toll-free and the U.S. naval blockade lifts. That waterway carries around 20% of global oil supply, so WTI crude fell nearly 5% overnight to around $80.87. Second story, SpaceX's IPO didn't just make history, it triggered a sector-wide reshuffle. The stock priced at $135, sold 555.6 million shares, and closed at $160.95, pushing its valuation to roughly $2.1 trillion, the sixth largest U.S. company ahead of Tesla. Now let's review how is this two major events of the day potentially affecting your portfolio. Let's get specific on the oil story first. Lower crude prices act like a tax cut, easing costs across gas, shipping, and manufacturing. That matters enormously this week because the FOMC meets Tuesday and Wednesday, with the rate decision and fresh economic projections landing Wednesday alongside May retail sales data. A drop in oil right before a Fed decision could ease the inflation narrative the committee is weighing. For the largest IPO in financial history, SpaceX's debut triggered what analysts are calling a siphon effect. On Friday, smaller space stocks sold off hard as capital rotated into the new giant. Rocket Lab, ticker RKLB, fell as much as 13%. Virgin Galactic dropped more than 37%. Firefly Aerospace fell over 20%. AST Space Mobile fell over 16%. And Redwire dropped more than 13%. But one stock benefits directly. EchoStar, ticker SATS, holds roughly $11.1 billion in SpaceX equity from spectrum deals signed in 2025, making it the cleanest publicly traded proxy for SpaceX's valuation. Tesla also got a small lift, up 1.83% Friday, since Elon Musk runs both companies and investors view SpaceX's success as a read-through for Musk's broader ecosystem. Cathie Wood's ARK Invest bought $444 million of SpaceX shares on debut day, funded partly by selling AMD, Rocket Lab, Roku, Baidu, and $15.9 million of Tesla. The lesson: when a mega IPO lands, institutional money rotates fast, and that rotation is exactly why smaller, related names can crash even on a day the broader market is fine. With only one day of trading history for SpaceX itself, there's no chart pattern yet, so investing in batches, or DCA, is. Three things to watch this week. 1. The U.S.-Iran deal signs officially Friday, June 19th, with Hormuz reopening toll-free. Watch oil into that signing. 2. The FOMC rate decision and May retail sales both land Wednesday, June 17th, right as lower oil could shift the inflation picture. 3. Watch EchoStar, ticker SATS, as the clearest publicly traded proxy for SpaceX's valuation. While smaller space names like Rocket Lab and AST Space Mobile may stay under pressure from this rotation. That is your Global Market Pulse Daily for June 15th, 2026. Subscribe for tomorrow's update, posted every morning at 7 a.m. Eastern. Happy trading.